Hello and welcome to another edition of You Can't Handle the Tooth. This is the Real Floss Boss. I'm Dr. Justin Griffin, and I am here for another episode of our You Can't Handle the Tooth Facebook Live show. I have been out for the last couple of weeks for various reasons, and I am sorry about that, but I'm happy to be back. And just want to thank everyone who has watched the videos. I'm getting a lot of feedback. People telling me that they like the information and keep it coming. Literally thousands and thousands of views on these videos. So I want to say thank you very, very much. Please tell your friends about it, and also keep the topics coming, because I struggle sometimes to figure out not what I can talk about, but what y'all want to hear most. So please keep me posted. You can, let us know through Instagram or through the Facebook posts that we do. I have a guest today. I thought I would change it up a little bit. Instead of talking about something very like dental procedure where it's just me, I have Hans Miller, who is a sales rep from Ultradent. It's a great company out of Utah. I actually toured their plant a couple of years ago. Was on vacation out there, took my kids through the plant and saw some things. And there was a product there that was very interesting to me. And it's a different type of whitening. And we're going to get Hans to answer some of the very popular questions about that in just a moment. Sure. But most of you who have whitened your teeth before or know someone who has whitened before, there are many different kinds of whitening. There's whitening from over-the-counter stuff. The most popular, probably Crest White strips. But there's many different kinds. There's whitening toothpastes. Even when you get into a dental office, you go to 5 different dental offices, they're going to tell you 5 different ways that you can bleach teeth, all of which are effective. I don't know any that don't actually whiten teeth. Some dentists just have a particular procedure or method that they like better than others. The most common professional whitening is probably the customized trays that get made. And you have to get an impression, and then usually it takes a day or so for the custom trays to be made, and then you go home and you use a gel that you put in the tray, and you wear them when you sleep or for a few hours during the day, and you do it for about 2 weeks, and they get white. Now, most people are familiar with that. It's entry-level whitening, so to speak, at a professional office. But Hans has a new product from Ultradent that I was going to interview him and get him to tell you a little bit about it. We tried the product. We had a patient use it, and we've had people ask about it. And so I thought I would take the most popular questions about this whitening product, and we'd let Hans answer it for you in our Facebook Live show. So the first thing, introduce the product. Tell us a little bit about it.
The product itself is called Opalescence GO, and that's opposed to regular Opalescence in the syringes, which are used in the custom trays.
Like the gel you put?
Yes, sir. Opalescence GO was designed to address the concerns, the different lifestyles of patients nowadays who they feel they're too busy to wear custom trays for several hours, or just don't want to hassle with cleaning them and reloading them and all that stuff. And they're also maybe looking for a less costly alternative, which is why over-the-counter products are so attractive.
Sure.
But oftentimes those products disappoint a little bit when compared to the stuff that you can provide them here in the office. So we created Opalescence GO to address all those different concerns. It is a pre-filled and disposable whitening. So there's no need to get impressions made and custom trays made. There's nothing to clean in between.
That's nice.
Bleaching, it's very nice. There's an upper and a lower in each little blister pack. And a standard patient kit would be a 10-pack. So there would be 10 of these blister packs loaded in there. So you get 10 upper and lower trays.
Now, do they come in different sizes? Like, how do you know that arch? Is it a universal?
It's a universal.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, if you only want, when you smile, if you only show the top arch, for example, the bottom arches they'll widen out. That's very flexible, and you can actually wear the lower on the upper.
So twice as many.
Twice as many in that instance. But these are pretty universally sized, so they'll fit almost all patients.
Okay.
There's a U on this little tab and an L to let you know that's the upper and that's the lower, so it's very handy. And this is what it looks like if you just peel it open.
Let's get if you don't mind, I got Renee helping me, by the way. I forgot to mention. Say hello, Renee.
Hello.
Want to hold that a little bit closer there so they can see what that's like?
Can you hand me another one out there as well?
Sure.
So what you see in there, it's
very flexible.
It looks like a sports mouth guard, really, with gel already in it.
Okay.
And it's unfitted, as you can see. It's really generic right now. It's not fitted to your dentition. But what's really neat about this product is that your body heat molds it to your teeth.
So it sort of melts onto your teeth.
That's correct. I call it a semi-custom tray because after a few minutes, it starts feeling like as comfortable as the ones that you make here in the office. That green outer thing is just plastic. That's how you insert it.
Okay.
So that's what's left behind, and it's cut for the little frenum that attaches your lip.
That's a problem with whitening because sometimes the gel will get on the gums and burn.
That's right, or the tray itself will irritate the gums. And the design of the tray also locks around the molars or the premolars, and it prevents the tray from moving around, which is a very common thing with strips. Strips, once you put them on, they can kind of float around the mouth and shift and maybe go up onto the gums, which can irritate the gums. So I'll demonstrate just how easy this is to put on real quick, and then we can discuss some of the benefits and features of this product. All you do is simply center it and make a suction.
You want me to do this one?
Sure. Like that. And then you take the outer tray off, make a suction, and then just grab by the tab, and there it releases.
That's very easy.
Isn't that easy?
Yeah.
Now, this comes in several different strengths, and this is hydrogen peroxide as opposed to carbamide peroxide, which you would find in syringes for custom trays.
Yeah.
It's basically exactly the same as far as its whitening effect, but carbamide peroxide was designed in the laboratory to last longer on the teeth, so you wear it a longer time for the same results. So these are very short wear time, which really appeals to your patients a lot. The 15%, which is our highest strength, you only have to wear for 15 to 20 minutes per day.
Huh.
So you can
That's
wear
this one.
That's this one. You can wear it on the ride home from work. It's very conducive to today's active lifestyle. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I can tell you, just because it's got a good flavor, and it's not very cumbersome, and sometimes the very first tray you put in with the other gel, it can burn a little bit. But they're comfortable.
Now, you notice when we put them on, we did not press on the trays like you do on a strip. You do have to mash a strip to get it to fit. This you do not. Your body heat does all the molding for you. So as long as you do that suction, it'll stay on, and keep your fingers off of it, because if you do touch it, like I said, it's not going to help it fit. It'll just squeeze the gel up onto your gums, and that's where people get sensitivity.
Okay.
Generally speaking, this product is very kind to the teeth. Even people with sensitive teeth don't have complaints that their teeth are hurting.
Okay.
99 times out of 100, if somebody complains of sensitivity, it's their gums. And I always go back to the installation process, how you put it in.
Very good. All right, well, we have about 6 or 7 questions, and the first one is, who is a good candidate for whitening? So questions always come up about will whitening work for me? You know, who would be a good candidate for this type of whitening?
Well, for this type of whitening, I would say an average patient it would be ideal, and not somebody with stains caused by tetracycline, by pharmaceutical drugs. Older patients generally are hard to treat, and I'm talking anyone over 60 years old. If I'm not mistaken, their enamel's a little thinner, so they're getting the dentin shade showing through.
Very
a little
deeper
bit harder,
stain, yeah.
Deeper stains. So it benefits people with really tough to treat stains to go with the custom tray route, so that they can have a lot longer treatment time and longer contact time with the gel onto the on the stains themselves. But for your average patient, this is just a fantastic product. Nobody pregnant or breastfeeding should use whitening. No studies have been done, and it's just a temporary thing. So it's
You say don't challenge it. Don't challenge it.
That's right. You can always whiten later.
What about kids? Is there an age, minimum age kind of thing?
That's highly debated now. There's been a lot of different published articles, a lot of them out of Augusta. I guess the answer to that is it's professional judgment and the input from the parents. A lot of times kids are getting teased with really yellow teeth.
Yeah.
And incidentally, that's why Opalescence originally started. Our founder is a dentist, and his daughter had natural kind of yellowish stained or yellowish toned teeth, and she was getting teased at school, and so Dr. Fisher looked into what he could do to help her, and he came up with Opalescence gel. So it is more and more common for young people to bleach, and these trays make it really easy because you don't want to necessarily make custom trays for a growing arches,
Yeah.
growing dental arches. So it's really easy for young people to use this. We do, however, typically say that patients should wait till all their permanent teeth are in.
At least. Maybe 14-ish.
That's a really good age.
Now there's 20 trays in here.
20 total.
10 for upper, 10 for lower, and you wear them once a day, so it's about 10 days?
About a 10-day treatment. If you can tolerate it for 10 days in a
15
row,
minutes.
That's best to do. 15 minutes.
It's amazing.
For the high strength. We have two other strengths. We have a 10%, and you would wear that for 30 to 60 minutes, and we even have a 6% strength.
Yeah. It's interesting, 15 minutes, that's like on the way home from work. Just put them in. You don't have to, no cleanup. I mean, I've had to do anything.
You've got 15 minutes generally.
If patients want to get this, can they go to a website and order it? Do they have to go to a dentist? Is it at the grocery store? How can they?
Well, Ultradent only sells it to dental professionals, so we only sell it to your office. We had seen some appearing online, like on Amazon and on Walmart Marketplace. We do not sell it to Amazon. We don't sell it to anybody for resale online. We don't sell it through Walmart or anything like that. We want people to see their dental professionals. This is a professional strength, and we want to make sure that they're appropriate for bleaching, get a good examination ahead of time. And we worry about online sales because whitening is sensitive to temperature extremes, so we don't know how it's been stored if we don't sell it directly to you. If it's not bought from you, somebody could have it out back in a shed or something, or it could be up and down in temperature. It could be expired product.
True.
And what we're probably most worried about is counterfeit product showing up. We don't want anybody to put something harmful into their mouth. So we'd prefer they buy it from you, and it's typically not a very expensive product.
What price range usually for retail at a dentist?
Generally, in my territory, which is the majority of South Carolina, I'm seeing it anywhere from $69 to $79 for a 10-day supply of professional whitening.
Okay.
So that's a really, really good price.
And can they? It's on the go. It says go, right? I mean, is this something that, assuming that someone doesn't leave it on the dashboard in the summer in South Carolina, can women keep them in their purse and still be effective?
Absolutely. What we don't want is for them to be, going up to 140 degrees and then down to 30 degrees or something like that. But normal room temperature, like you can throw them in your toiletry kit, for example, or a woman can throw them in a purse, as perfectly acceptable. Okay. Yeah.
And then a big question, we talked about cost and where you can get them. The last question, which I think is really important, is, in your experience, have you noticed have done a comparison of how it compares? Like if someone's doing this kit versus this or other competitors, because there's many companies that make a type of gel whitening.
That's correct.
How do the results compare?
The results are pretty much identical. 10 days of Opalescence Go should really give you the same results of 10 days of custom tray. Because they're both, the active ingredient is hydrogen peroxide. So this product actually delivers hydrogen peroxide inside your teeth.
Okay.
So 10 days of this should equal 10 days of this. It's just a different method of delivery.
Okay.
So that's we try to cover all patients with different methods of whitening.
All right. Any comments or questions that came through that you know? Listen, we appreciate Hans Miller from Ultradent. Thanks for coming. He travels all over South Carolina. And we want to thank you for joining us again to You Can't Handle the Tooth. This is Dr. Griffin, the Floss Boss, signing off. We will see you next week.